Welcome to Deep Dig Mastering Ticket Creation for Colorado 811. Thank you to our sponsor, Diversified Underground Inc. I am your host, Rose Martinez. I started with Colorado 811 in 2007 as a damage prevention agent, and I'm going on my 17th year this year, and am now the contact center supervisor and education coordinator. Quick look at our agenda, what we'll be spending on our time here in the next 30 to 45 minutes. We'll be talking about ticket entry best practices, ticket verification and engagement, and our training program with you in mind. Start off with a quick question here. What do you find most challenging when calling in or processing a ticket online? We did do a poll, and it looks like there was 52% of people that thought that ensuring accuracy of information was most challenging when calling in or processing a ticket online. Second was knowledge of ticket process. And third was time spent. Fourth, confidence in what information to provide. So we'll be covering most of those categories here today. Our goal is for you to walk away with the practical tips to develop skills to prepare ticket information for expedited collection and verification, explore the consequences of inaccurate ticket information, how to avoid them, and discover damage prevention agent training to understand your Colorado 811 journey. This first slide here is showing two boxes, box A and box B. And I just kind of want you to think about which of these boxes do you think it would take longer to collect information for? Box A or box B? It looks obvious that box B has more information in it than A, so we would probably think that it would be B. That would take longer. Box A is an emergency ticket. There is less information usually to collect on emergency tickets, but they do tend to be faster because the excavators that are calling in these types of tickets are prepared with the information that's needed. In box B, these are what we call point-to-point tickets. These tickets tend to be a little bit longer. They are from intersections going out into open areas or in the middle of nowhere. So they require a lot of directions and distances, GPS points, well layer names, things of that nature. If we call in tickets or we have the information beforehand to process the ticket, entering in this information was a lot quicker, and we can kind of get around the same time as an emergency as long as we're prepared with the information. What takes longer is when we don't have the information that needs to be provided to the agent or put into your ticket. So I'll kind of show you how to get that done. We know our excavators are busy. So our goal is to provide you with the highest quality ticket in the least amount of time possible. Our average call time goal, once you're connected with an agent for all skills in the contact center, is 7 minutes. Here is a look at where we're at now. For emergency tickets, on average, we're at 6 minutes and 16 seconds. For existing tickets, we're at average 7 minutes and 55 seconds. For single address tickets, we have an average of 8 minutes and 10 seconds. For damage tickets, we have an average of 9 minutes and 47 seconds. And then lastly, we have point-to-point ticket where we have an average of 11 minutes and 59 seconds, which leaves us at an average of 8 minutes and 35 seconds, which is well above the goal for your experience. In the contact center, we are focusing our call monitors on high call volume or call times to assist our agents in ways to shorten the time of the call. Today, we are going to talk about ways that we can assist you in spending less time on a call. Web ticket entry users can also use these best practices to expedite their time on the computer. So let's go ahead and get started with ticket entry best practices. Here is a checklist of the best practices that we'll be going over. And all of these things, if you have this checklist and you use this checklist, it is going to make your experience faster and you're going to just have a better experience because you're going to be prepared with the information when you're asked for it. It's just going to make the whole process a lot smoother. So the first one is directions to the dig site or the address. Who here uses a navigation system to get around town or or a area that you're not familiar with? I know that I do. Have you ever ended up getting to the wrong place using that navigation system? I have. This is one of the reasons we collect directions from the source rather than an outside mapping system. Damage prevention agents will follow the directions provided by you to place a polygon within the mapping system, which determines which facility owners receive the ticket. Being prepared to provide clear and accurate cardinal directions using north, south, east, and west, and distances in feet, yards, or miles will save you time on the call and can also assist locators in finding an area, especially in newly built subdivisions, avoiding delay in your project. So what a polygon is it determines what facility owners will be notified to respond to your work area. The system will allow for those members to be notified on the ticket once we place the polygon on the map. The next item on the checklist is GPS coordinates or legal description, which is also known as grids. So I know that a lot of excavators, they are working out in the middle of nowhere in fields or in new builds, new subdivisions. GPS and grid systems are essential tools for accurately identifying areas of excavation, especially when traditional markers like addresses and street names are missing. Using GPS coordinates will benefit you by adding another layer of verification that the dig area is accurately found, avoiding unnecessary facility owners to respond, saving time and positive response, and can make it much easier for locators to find and navigate the area, which can avoid delays. Here it's showing the different formats that we allow or that our system takes for GPS. Unfortunately, right now, web ticket entry users are only able to use the decimal degrees format, but if you call into the contact center, we can use any three of these. Also, legal descriptions are less common, but can still be used if a GPS is not available. So sometimes the township range and section is available if you do not have the GPS, and we are able to take that information and find the township range and section in our mapping in order to place the polygon. The next item on the list is pre-marked to dig area or pre-marking the dig area. So if you are in Colorado Springs or around the Colorado Springs area, you may know about the home rule. It is a requirement that you pre-mark your area in white. That is not a state law, so that's not everywhere that it's a requirement. However, it is a best practice. Pre-marking a dig area, preferably in white, has several advantages for you. Not only does it assist locators in finding the exact spot of the dig area, but can also save you both time by providing a visual marker of the excavation area, reducing the chance of marking areas outside the scope of work. It also assists the damage prevention agents to write a more clear and concise location description, resulting in less time you are on the phone. Overall, pre-marking dig areas can reduce the chances of errors and miscommunication, ensuring everyone involved has a precise understanding of the area in question. Our next item on the checklist is dimensions of the dig area. So aerial views can be deceiving. Lot lines are not always easily identifiable. Providing precise dimensions of the dig site or the dig area assists our damage prevention agents in taking out the guesswork, possibly under or over covering your dig area with the polygon, particularly when the area isn't easily identifiable or visible in those aerial views. It can also assist the locators in identifying the boundaries in which to search and mark utilities within the specified area. This can reduce the risk of missing any utilities, keeping you and your crew safe. Our next item on the list is going to be prearranged access to the dig area. So I don't know about you, but I wouldn't feel comfortable going into a random yard with a dog inside the yard. The dog might be aggressive, the dog might be friendly, but even if the dog was friendly, I would be afraid that I would let the dog out of the gate and something bad could happen. So it just thinking about that, it is the excavator's responsibility to ensure access is available to the dig area. Damage prevention agents can note access arrangements on the ticket as a request only, never as a guarantee. By pre-arranging the access, we can add access open to the ticket, avoiding the lengthy conversation on how to obtain access. Pets and locked gates are a common access issue, which can be avoided by communicating the requirements with your customer. This can also reduce the chance of your project being delayed for a no access reason. And as a quick note, the dig area should be accessible from the time the ticket is processed until the end of the locate by date. And we'll just show you a little bit of data here. So this data, the data shown was pulled through September 11th, 2024. As you see here, we have had a high increase in no access for a gate or a fence situation. We have seen a slight decline in no access for animals this year over the last. So great job with keeping those dogs inside or put away. All right, moving on to our next section. We're going to move into tips for ticket verification and ticket engagement from start to finish. So we'll start with another question here. From what location do you usually call in or submit a ticket? In our poll here, it looks like the number one answer was office or home, which is usually a good thing because it's usually a little bit more quiet at home or in the office. You can concentrate, you can pay attention. But with a lot of us being remote, sometimes we can have distractions in the home. Number two is construction site, which can have a lot of distractions. And we'll kind of go into that here a little bit next in our next slide. So let's go ahead and listen closely to this interaction between the excavator on site and the damage prevention agent.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Perfect.
There's some little noise.
No, you're
I'm
totally
sorry?
fine. And what county and city will this take place in?
Dude, I can't hear you now. Say that again.
Oh, what county and city will this take place in?
Go ahead and turn those on and run them down this way. You don't go as far as the bucket, but it's Golden, Colorado. She didn't put that. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. I can still look it up here.
So
And
she
then-
gave me the address and then what I was supposed to say after that. I'm sorry. I didn't expect to have that.
No, you're okay. We can still go along with it. I am able to pull up that county, but she did say it was Golden, correct? Okay, perfect.
So it's West 44th Avenue and McLean Street.
Okay, perfect. Bear with me here. You said West 44th Avenue in McLean?
Oh, I'm sorry, McIntyre. McIntyre Street.
Okay, no worries. Awesome. So that looks like it pulls up in Jefferson County, Fairmont, and then from that intersection, which direction do they need to travel to or locate?
From the intersection, I need them to locate east for 2,400 feet with the swath of 50 feet south of the center line of the road.
Okay. And then is access open, no lockage for any animals in the area?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So I'm just going to go over this with you here, make sure everything sounds correct. I have this in Jefferson County, Golden, West 44th Avenue.
Okay, what are some of the things that you heard while listening to this recording? The obvious is it was very noisy, right? There was a lot of things going on, a lot of beeping, a lot of pounding. There was a lot of noise in the background. Didn't really sound like sometimes the agent couldn't hear what the excavator was saying. Sometimes the excavator couldn't hear what the agent was saying. The excavator wasn't really that prepared with information. So those are some of the things that I observed. The main thing here is the agent did make a mistake by typing west instead of east. So when she verified the information back, she verified it as locate west 2,400 feet with a swath of 50 feet south from the center line of the road, which was agreed to. Um, and then mapped and processed inaccurately. So due to the distractions on site, the excavator didn't catch the error when she was verifying back to him, which caused the ticket to be processed incorrectly, causing a facility owner to be missed. Small errors like these can lead to a damage, putting your crew safety at risk. So why does verifying an engagement with your ticket matter? Some things we have listed here are ensuring a higher ticket quality, owning your ticket, avoiding delays in your work, and tracking the progress of your ticket. And doing these things will contribute to less damages and injuries. So with verification, the first thing that I kind of want to talk about is the nearest intersecting street if at an address. When working at an address, damage prevention agents will verify the location by stating the closest intersecting street and its relation to the address. These confirmation techniques are used to confirm the map found the accurate location, reducing the chance of delays. Transposed numbers or misspellings in the street name can point us to a completely different area on the map. So knowing that cross street beforehand can expedite this verification process. Here's just a small example of how this works. If the excavator had given 9755 Grove Street as an address, the agent would verify this as being just south of West 80th Avenue. If the agent had transposed some numbers and accidentally entered in 7955 Grove Street, they would verify it as just south of West 80th Avenue. That allows the excavator a chance to say that that is not correct, and we can go ahead and re-verify that address and make sure that we enter the correct address in to find the correct area. That can also be done with leaving the prefix off of the street name. So that happens a lot with maybe Colorado Boulevard and South Colorado Boulevard. Verbal verification of your ticket is the next section. So Colorado 811 damage prevention agents are required to verbally verify all information provided from the excavator. This includes the caller profile, the excavation profile, and mapping. This step should never be skipped and cannot be waived. This procedure is to ensure we have collected the complete and accurate information you have provided on every ticket, enabling you to communicate what is needed. Please be sure to remain engaged while the verification of the ticket is happening. This is your ticket. Please do not be afraid to interject if something doesn't sound right or doesn't sound accurate. We focus on high quality tickets, so please do not hesitate to reach out to a supervisor if you notice that these procedures are not being followed. You can also save time by waiving the list of members and choosing to read the disclaimer in your email confirmation. The next next section is email confirmation. This is also another layer of verification for you. It's a written form of the ticket. So when you get that email confirmation, you can actually read what's there and make sure that that still makes sense. What you heard is the same as what you're seeing. The email confirmation also includes some other elements here. It includes a list of member facilities that are being contacted. So if you notice that there's a facility in your area that's not on the list, make sure you're giving us a call back and letting us know about that so we can get them added to the ticket. It also includes a link to map where the polygon was placed to ensure the dig area is covered. It also includes additional links to other reference materials. Please be sure to provide an active email address, not just like a company-wide email address that nobody checks. If nobody checks it, nobody's going to see it. So you want to make sure that you're looking at your email confirmation and you are making sure everything is accurate, everything is good to go. And then confirm that the email address is correct when the agent is verifying it back to you because we want to ensure that you're receiving it. If you do catch an error on the same day the ticket was processed, you can call us back before closing and an update can be processed without changing your locate by date. So that's another good reason to make sure you're checking your email confirmation. Positive response. So if you're like me and you order things online or you order things from Amazon and you're always just checking that tracking to see where it is, you want to know where it is, you can do that same thing with this process. So after you call in the ticket, you can check your positive response. This will track your progress of the ticket. Positive response is a tool that will help you track everything after processing. You could use the positive response platform on our website for real-time updates instead of waiting for the positive response email that is distributed at the end of the locate by date. There's another session being held or there's another session that was recorded that you can view. It has a lot more detailed information about positive response and what it means to you. So go ahead and look into that as well if you're curious about more or want more information about positive response. And my little did you know here, if you do see something in positive response that's inaccurate or there's a discrepancy, you can always call the center and ask for an excavator re-notification if there's some type of dispute. Next one is the infographic. So the ticket's been processed, the locate by date has passed, and positive response has been checked. Now what? You might be asking yourself, when can I dig? So the When Can I Dig infographic is available to you on our website. This infographic will outline the steps to take after submitting a ticket and before you dig. It's really simple for anyone to follow, and it does include additional remedies as well. So make sure you check that out. And then the last thing is just private facilities. Just be aware of them. There are some facilities that are owned by not by members, they're privately owned, and they won't be marked. So you're just going to want to make sure that you know that you're checking your positive response for mention of private facilities. You're communicating with your property owners to see if they know of any private lines that are not owned or maintained by the members, and you are reaching out to private locate companies that you can get off of our website to hire a private locate company if you need private lines located. All right. Our Colorado811.org website has a ton of resources, a ton of information. It is a little bit hard to navigate at this point, but please be on the lookout for a redesign of our website. It is coming really soon, but for the meantime, there is still those resources for you. There's an excavator handbook online. There is a procedures guide online. There's online resources. There's just a bunch of information on our website. So if you want more information, please go there, check it out. There are also self-service platforms available for you, like our iDig program, which is for single address tickets. And then you can also use Update Lite if you need to do update due to marks need refreshing or to cancel your ticket. Just go ahead and check that out. And then lastly, let's go ahead and take a quick look into training and what it means for you. So in developing our training program, we wanted to address a few items. We asked ourselves these questions. How can we get agents on the phones in a shorter period of time? How can we reduce the average speed of answer, which is the time you're waiting for an agent to pick up the phone? And how can we ensure accuracy of tickets for new hires? And here's kind of what we came up with. So we were able to reduce training from a 2-week training to a 5-day training, which includes orientation. And it reduces the time it takes to get agents on the phone to assist you, especially in our more busy months. There's a high focus on data entry, the data entry aspect of the ticket before learning the more involved skills like mapping, getting the polygon on the map, things like that. Learning how to take calls for single address tickets first provides a foundation to build up to more difficult types of tickets. This also reduces the time spent on the phone since new agents are collecting all of the data. Then they'll disconnect with you, put the ticket into a suspend status, and then the ticket will be pulled out and reviewed by a seasoned agent, checked for accuracy, mapped, and then processed. And if you are someone who needs that ticket right away, please remember that you can request for your ticket to be processed over the phone if you need your ticket number promptly, and that agent will be able to get you over to that seasoned agent to finish the ticket off with you. Just a quick look at our skill progression here. The skill progression ladder is shown. An agent will need to show competency in their current skill to progress to the next one. So you may notice a different experience depending on which level of skill the agent you're speaking with is. For example, a ticket completion agent will complete the entire ticket with you over the phone, while a single address ticket agent will queue the ticket for review before processing. It's important that the prompts in the phone system are entered correctly so you are distributed to an agent with the current skill set needed to handle your call. As you can see, the first 4 skills here are all suspended tickets. Once they learn ticket completion, then they are able to process the entire ticket and then provide you with a ticket number. Just kind of wanted to give you a visual and explain why you may notice a different experience from time to time when calling in, depending on what agent you get on the phone. So in summary, what we talked about today is just using that best practice checklist to expedite your ticket processing experience. It'll help prepare you. It will help the call go a lot smoother for you. Being sure to engage with your ticket from start to finish. So make sure we're providing accurate information. Make sure that when the information is collected, you are engaging with that verification and making sure that we have collected it we have collected it correctly, and keep checking after the ticket. Check your positive response. Make sure that they're responding. Things like that. Doing these things will keep yourself and your crew safe. And then just a quick understanding of why your journey may differ from call to call, kind of just gave you a little look inside of our contact center to let you know how training is done. So you have it, so that you will be able to better understand why you're getting the experience you are when you're calling in. And if you want to save even more time, if you want to be in control of your own tickets, we do have a web ticket entry program. It's a convenient, free online service platform. It lets authorized users process, locate Colorado 811 locate tickets online, and it has full mapping capabilities. It's available 24/7 and strongly recommended for all professional excavators to process and manage their tickets. If you want more information about web ticket entry, please reach out, email online services at co811.org for more info, or reach the online services department over the phone in our prompts. If you have any questions about any information that we went over today, please don't hesitate to email me at rmartinez@co811.org. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. And then another quick thank you to our sponsor, Diversified Underground, for making this possible. And then there is a quick QR code for a survey. If you would like to take the survey, tell us how we did. Thank you for spending some time with me, and have a great rest of your day.